Hello there, and thank you for tuning in to Solo Leveling Episode 1. So let's go into the 13th episode of Solo Leveling today. As we saw in the previous episode, Jinwoo gains the abilities of the last Joker, the Monarch of Shadows. Jinwoo also manages to draw out Ygris' shadow. And last but not least, Jinwoo's desire to shift jobs is also over. After finishing Job's final quest, Jinwoo immediately heads home to sleep. And then, after a lengthy period of slumber, Jinwoo's phone started ringing out of the blue. Jinwoo was summoned by Jinha here, but Jinha had a parent-teacher conference at school, so Jinwoo had no choice but to attend. Jinwoo begins criticizing Jinwoo over the phone. Jinwoo inquires as he slumbers, "May I ask what time it is?" On the phone, Jinwoo announces that it is now 2 o'clock. Upon hearing this, Jinwoo instantly leaps out of bed. At 5 o'clock, Jinwoo informs his parents and teachers that a meeting will be held at his school. Jinwoo assures that he will arrive punctually. Before starting the school day, Jinwoo went to the bank. To update his passbook and receive a debit card, Jinwoo had gone to the bank. When Jinwoo hands over his passbook to the bank teller, the teller immediately updates it. It wasn't until afterwards that she noticed Jinwoo's passbook had 14 billion rupees. The girl is taken aback by the sight of all that money. "Sir, may I inquire as to your occupation?" the girl says. "I am a hunter," Jinwoo declares. "I heard that hunters are really wealthy," and the girl replies that it's her money. "In my opinion, he is a hunter of great stature." Jinwoo then begins to enlighten the girl about the bank's investment policies in an effort to catch her off guard. Yet Jinwoo emphatically declines. Jinwoo then walks to Jinha's school, looking utterly taken aback. When Jinha sees this, she asks, "Who the fuck are you?" Here we have the genuine saying Jinwoo. Jinwoo remarks, "Don't you think I look good? How could someone change so rapidly?" Jinwoo asks, "I got dressed up and was going to go to the parent-teacher conference today since I thought you had one," Jinwoo adds. The females at the school can't stop staring at Jinwoo the moment he walks through the door. "Welcome, Jinwoo. Your absence from home last night and my suspicion that you are single are both brought to my attention by Jinwoo's fame here. How about this? Is a high school student more your speed?" As a kind of discipline, Jinwoo pulls Jinha's cheek. Jinwoo then visits the office of Jinha's homeroom teacher. "I had no idea Jinha had such a dashing sibling," says Jinha's homeroom teacher. We learn that Jinwoo was a student here as well. However, Jinwoo was unfamiliar with this instructor. Seated down, they proceed to discuss Jinha. Jinha is a brilliant student, according to Jinha's homeroom instructor, and she serves as an example to the masses. In Jinha's homeroom, we notice that she has decent marks. Therefore, you shouldn't force her. Regardless, rumor has it that you're into hunting. Jinha would be able to go hunting if she possessed the same abilities as hunters. Then what are your plans? Can you turn him into a hunter? Upon hearing the suggestion to turn Jinha into a hunter, he promptly declines the task. According to Jinha's homeroom teacher, the reason she brought it up is because one of the girls in Jinha's class has been reawakened as a hunter and hasn't been showing up to class ever then. We will need to move swiftly if this persists. Having finished high school would have been the minimum requirement for her to continue her career as a hunter. Jinha proceeds to inquire as to the girl's status. This hunter is at the bottom of the food chain, according to the teacher, who admits that she doesn't know much about hunters. From what Jinha can tell, the girl in question is probably an E-level hunter. Jinha was also aware of the dangers that an E-level hunter faces. The instructor mentions that she needs a favor from the class. Why? Because she's Jinha's friend. Can you persuade her then to earn his diploma? The name of the girl is Han Songyi, I'm afraid. Upon hearing this name, Jinwoo is taken aback. It will be nightfall after this. A girl emerges from a building. That girl had been a member of Jinwoo's strike squad before too. Jinwoo was spotted waiting outside the building later on. According to Jinwoo, this planet is tiny. "You are the one I expected." "It is Jinha indeed. I thought you were Jinha's older sibling. You and Jinha met at the hospital once. The instructor's request that I speak with you has finally made sense to me. It is unclear to me what transpired in class or what your teacher instructed you to say. I, however, will not be attending classes moving forward. Additionally, I will not be quitting my work at Hunters. Do you not realize that you are an E-rank hunter? Monsters are immune to standard attacks. A high-quality magical weapon is an additional requirement. Plus, weapons quickly degrade even if you purchase them. Because of this, being a profitable E-rank hunter is extremely challenging. On the other hand, would you want to battle unarmed? Just pretend you have some cash on hand. Thus, you see no need to quit your profession as a hunter. The girl is rather angry since she claims you're an enlist hunter and that you're only here to lecture her. He clarifies that his intention in coming here was not to lecture anyone. So why are you here, the girl wonders. I came here to teach you how to be a great hunter, he claims. Immediately following this, we are whisked away to the airport. The wine dong is prepared, which is quite astonishing. Join the South Korean Welcome Hunter Association today. Association. Your entrance has already been reported to our surveillance team, as you are an E-rank hunter, so I'm here to show you the ropes. Which surveillance team? Asks Wang Dong-soo. That leaves you as the chairman's go-getter. I would have taken over as chairman myself if I were in your shoes. In any case, he needs assistance in order to do anything. Sir, how long will you be in Korea? That's the question that Jin Chul is asking here. Shortly, according to Wang Dong-soo. Very soon. This country isn't a good fit for me. In the event that I am done working here, I will depart. You abandoned your nation and fled to another, says Woo Jin Chul. Therefore, you should return to this place for some reason. Personally, I believe Yuo Jinwoo is a D-rank hunter, and saying Jinwoo isn't a rank hunter. Am I correct? According to Wang Dong-soo, you're part of a squad that keeps tabs on people. My purpose for being here is already clear to you. Then what are your plans? Yeah, will you stop me if you can? Woo Jinchu claims that all I'm doing is my work. Wang Dong-soo mentions that he has always had a crush for Jinchu. I take it you want to accompany me to the Scavenger Guild. From here on out, I assure you, you will rise through the ranks. Woo Jinchu was well versed in the criminal history of Wang Dong-soo, the big brother of the rank hunter in question. But they were helpless against Wang Dong-soo because neither an inquiry nor witnesses were available. Our journey then returns to Jinwoo. Hi, it's Joda. Along with Jinwoo, this girl met with Mr. Ahan, manager of the 2nd Division of White Tiger Guild. They all meet one other. Seeing the girl took Mr. Ahan by surprise. He boasts to his Moni Mun that he is the top hunter in his rank. Even Sang Jinwoo is a hunter with a 1-star rating. The training dungeon of the White Tiger Guild has been contacted by Jinwoo via Mr. Ahan. If Mr. Ahan is to be believed, Jinwoo is ecstatic about joining White Tiger Guild and can't wait to tag along. There you have it, a tank. According to Mr. Ahan, apart from the A-rank hunters, the squad consists of 7 B-rankers. On top of that, there are 4 C-rank hunters. That brings the overall number of members to 12. According to Jeru, this is a C-rank dungeon with A and B-rank hunters. Mr. Ahan claims that these hunters are still inexperienced, but you can't help but believe that this is a bit of a gamble. For his expertise, we are doing this. After giving it some thought, Jinwoo comes to a different conclusion. Perhaps he can learn something from this song. In the dungeon, he will be aware of the number of A-rank hunters. Jinwoo is addressed by Mr. Ahan's secretary just before they descend into the dungeon. The C-rank dungeon will be easily conquered if Jinwoo goes inside and takes care of the bugs, so he advises Jinwoo to stay on the sidelines. Then, one by one, the dungeon is entered by all. The entrance to the dungeon flashes crimson. As Jinwoo made his way through the barrier, he thought, "What the fuck? A stranger is drawing me to him, as if he were a wanderer. Yeah, this isn't like anything else. This is not the proper way to change the color of a gate. Even from inside this fence, I sense danger. I need to leave this building immediately." Before entering the dungeon, he removes his head and orders Mr. Ahan to notify the main strike squad immediately. Mr. Ahan, you must immediately notify the main strike squad. According to him, Jinwoo enters the dungeon. Ahan begins to freak out at this point. Without delay, he contacts Baek Yun-ho, the White Tiger Guild chief, and informs him of the situation. I think that's everything. A blessing from Yun-ho, by the way. How is my brother's final ritual going to conclude? I guess I'll have to go there myself before Yun-ho is taken to Wang Dong-soo, and Jinchul. Wang Dong-soo is the monster. Wang Dong-soo orders you to lead him to the labyrinth. Whoever began this, I want to track them down. According to Jinchul, Korea is home to several gates. Where are they supposed to be? It is the 21st century, according to Wang Dong-soo. In this case, there is no difficulty. E-rank hunter Sang Jinwoo. Entering the gate was his only action. I will remind you again, Jinchul says. Going to the dungeon requires following certain guidelines. Therefore, the regulations of the dungeon are different from our society's rules. I pray you comprehend. This is where Wai Dong-soo's anger manifests. Oh, Jinchul, get out of my head, pleads Wai Dong-soo. I intend to lay the lads to rest in the dungeon. In the dungeon, what am I supposed to do? I provide my word for it. Grasped it? Jinchul says, no problem at all. Going forward, we will be led inside the dungeon. The moment we step foot in the dungeon, the hunters start to freak out. They, too, saw that the gate's color had changed as we entered. Inquisitive Jinha glances about. In this area, he finds no reason to question anything. However, according to Jinwoo, this dungeon is different from the others. Were we whisked away to some other dimension by the dungeon gate? Transported. I believe something is amiss here, Jinwoo says to the female he came here with. At that moment, Jinwoo is unexpectedly targeted by a rapid arrow. An arrow was on the verge of striking that girl, but the arrow lands in Jinwoo's hands. Afterwards, the other hunters are also attacked. The subsequent hunters spot a group of individuals perched on the tree. Plus, nobody else gets to see us. We were looking at the ice elves. Jinwoo himself here, the hunters are meeting these beasts for the very first time. Ice elves is the name given to them. However, there is another name by which these elfins are known. They are also known as the Ice Slayers due to their savage hunting style. In the aftermath, we are led away from the entrance where Baek Yun-ho, the White Tiger Guild commander, had previously come. Keep in mind that Baek Yun-ho had the same problem getting through the gate. What the fuck is going on here? Baek Yun-ho wonders. May I ask if this was a C-rank gate? It was a C-rank gate, according to Mr. Ahan. When asked if you informed the association, QNH wants to know. I told them, Mr. Ahan adds, but they're still disregarding it because they think it's a C-ranked gate. Upon hearing this, QNH becomes extremely enraged. A red gate is an indication of a higher level dungeon, according to QNH. Behind this barrier, I believe, is a different realm. This is clearly not right. This gate must be releasing mana of nearly B level. At this point, Mr. Ahan wants to know, Sir, what if we take another look at the gate specs? However, Baeknu points out that the gate has already been looted, so new measurements won't be possible. In passing, I was wondering how many hunters have used this gate. Mr. Ahan reports that there is a hunter of a rank, 7 hunters of B rank, and a few new recruits. According to Baeknu, if this gate is B rank, then their team needs 3 hunters of a rank or higher. They will require a minimum of 1's rank hunter or 10 rank hunters if it is of a rating. As a result, the remaining hunters will be facing certain death. Some hunters, maybe even those in the A or B ranks, may be able to make it. However, following this, Mr. Ahan states, and there is another individual within the underground lair. For quite some time, I have been observing him. How high is he? Baekayadu wants to know. Option A or Option B? Nothing is spoken by Mr. Ahan. Is he a hunter of this rank? Baekayadu wonders. I would not have been able to evade his arrows had this occurred 2 months earlier. But I'm going to take matters into my own hands and kill them all now. Next, the sole rank hunter on their team, the team leader, steps forward. What he really means is that he thinks you all have noticed. This is the inside of a red gate. Whether or if we make it back alive is an unknown. Alternatively, a dungeon breach could occur. Upon hearing the term red gate, the entire town goes into shock. According to the genie, this is the point at which the dungeon is linked to another dimension via the red gate. However, once we enter the red gate, no one may leave. We are also unable to go outdoors. Unless we escape the dungeon first, that is. Look, we're really in a jam here. Upon hearing this, everyone's fear level increases. After this, Jinwoo's future, keep an eye on our channel for updates on it. That concludes today's video. Another new day awaits us. In the meantime, farewell. However, before you do that, make sure you subscribe to the channel in case you're new here. Like the video as well.